Hello everyone, and today we are doing something a little different on the channel. So, as we all know, Onigiri has been very dead at the moment. The updates are broken, not working. There's nothing really new and exciting for the past few months, so I've been doing a lot of Soulcalibur, streaming that with my friends. And, a lot of you guys come in, they watch, and, you comment, you enjoy it. And throughout this process, I've had a lot of people come out and say, hey, if I got this game, would you let me play with you? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And we make open rooms, we let people come in. People on the friends list, like, hey, can I join? I send them invites. They come in, and they do pretty good. But I know this game seems a little daunting as a spectator. You look at it, and you're like, oh my god, there's like 50 different moves, there's combos, there's stances, there's high, low, medium, vertical, horizontal. What the hell is this game? It looks really good. Ivy looks great. Like, all the characters are cool. Creation's amazing, etc., etc. And it's a really fun game to play. But I got thinking, like, what are some easy ways to, like, just things to learn so that you're not ass at the game? Because people want to play a fighting game. Like, they want to play a game like this with their friends. They want to make a cool character. And some people, that's all it is. They come in. I have a friend, he comes in, he buys the game, he's made like 50 characters. I've never played him once. Ever. He's never like wanted to join. But he's made like 50 characters. And for a lot of people, this game is the waifu simulator, the husbando simulator, the make every kind of anime character you love, put them into the game, and fight with them. That's the kind of game Soulcalibur is. And, well, for some it is, others it's super competitive, but there is a happy medium of, I want to make a character, and I want to play with my friends, and I just don't want to be shit. I don't want to be ass. And that's what I want to try and go over today. So, step number 1 to not being ass in Soulcalibur is make a character. Number one thing is make a character. Create a character, whether it's an OC, a character you like from another anime, something you've seen online, because there are guides on how to make characters like Bowsette, Natsu, Naruto, Luffy, anything like that, any kind of big anime kind of gaming character, anything of that sort. Make a character. Like, the number one thing in Soulcalibur is, like, just don't play like an original Soulcalibur character. That's the number one thing, because when you play with your friends, like, the funnest thing is just seeing what people make. Like, last week we were just playing all night, last Saturday, me and Lyra, and we had someone show up with Sonic the Hedgehog, someone had Charizard, it looked really cool, and so many different anime characters. There's Edward Elric, Ichigo, Naruto, like I said. It's been really, really fun. So step number 1 is make a character. Whether it's an OC, some other character, anime character, your favorite character, whatever. I've even made hentai characters in this game. Anything's possible. Like, I made Android 21 from Dragon Ball FighterZ. I made a whole bunch of Onigiri characters. Like, I made a lot of Onigiri characters. So, the sky's the limit. That's step number 1, is just pick a character. Make a character, put a weapon on them, whether it's a weapon similar to what they use in the game or the source material or whatever you want. Just pick and make a character. Just have her create a character. Step number 1. Just do that. So I'm just going to pick a character. I haven't even learned this character in this game yet, and I just made a soul of Mitsurugi, and that is Sasaki Kojiro from Onigiri. So I just made her, and she's got the soul of Mitsurugi. I have not done any training with Mitsurugi. I know nothing of Mitsurugi except from past games, and when I played him in the demo, he was very different than what I remembered in 5, to an extent. Making a character is very easy. You just go in, pick a weapon, color it, put stuff on it, go to your body, make your tits big or whatever, change your hair color, give them the hairstyle you want, etc., etc. Pretty character creation, make sure you give them a voice, do stuff like that. And then you just give them equipment, use whatever you have there available, put all the stuff on, and do your best. A lot of stuff is really, like, it might seem impossible, but as you play around with it, you can make a really good, convincing character. So after you do all that, make a character, you go to Mock Battle. Mock Battle is essentially training mode that just makes you pick your character you've just made, and you now have access to all of training mode. So that's step number 1 of not being ass, is make a character. So you go to Mock Battle, you're now in training mode. Training mode in this game is pretty decent. So it's a very neutral stage, nothing matters. It shows you all your inputs. You cannot ring out the enemy. If you want to reset, you hit L1 and R1 together, and it resets the state. You have infinite meter, you have a whole bunch of settings, and all that. So to start, what you should always do is move list, number 1. So hit start, options, move list. And then it shows you your main attacks. And these are moves tailored to the bread and butter of your character to a certain degree. And there's a whole list of them. And they even have some sample combos as well. And you can just click on them and it'll show you what they are. So that's forward, square, square. That's down, diagonal, triangle. That's down, back, triangle, triangle, or BB. You know, down to back, AB, buttons together. And there's so many combos. So many. And then that one says during mist, and this is mist. This little stance you enter here. Where is that? I think. She entered a stance, and I can't find it. But you're gonna run into things like that. Yeah, that's mist there. That little stance she enters, where there are swords in front of her, that's the mist stance. And then during mist, you hit triangle 4 times. So it's like one into the other. Hey Ken. Yeah, Onigiri hasn't updated in a while. I don't think there's an October update coming. Probably going to be something in November. But as I said, yeah, Onigiri's like dead content-wise right now. Nothing has been updated for a couple months, so been doing a lot of Soulcalibur. And yeah, it'll just demo the moves for you. And you just go through your list and just learn. I'm going to show you these little combos and stuff. Yeah, things like that. So then you can hit L1 and R1 to learn about reversal edge, to learn about gauge attacks when you transform. And then just all your horizontal moves are on this list. You can just scroll through them. And then all your vertical attacks are in this on the next list. And you can just go through them at your leisure and find, like, just watch through them and just learn the moves you want to learn. Like, some moves are just ass. Some moves are just not going to be applicable, and you're only going to really realistically use maybe 40% of your moveset at most. Like, not even like 25% of your moves will actually be used in combat. Unless you're like a master, and you just know every move for every situation. Like, I've been playing for years Soulcalibur, and I don't know half the moves of my character. Like, I know the ones that work, and that's it. So, like, you probably want to learn something like this. Like, this back triangle B into B is good because it's a low attack, and then it has a follow-up. And combo moves are good. So you just down to back B. How come that didn't work? Yeah, you just double tap it. Quick 46 damage. And then there's other moves. Like, very, very simple stuff. Like, the simple stuff. A. Triangle, triangle, triangle. Things like that. That actually leads into a reversal edge, which is good to know. So yeah, first step, make a character. Second step, go through their moves and just learn what's cool. Like, watch all the moves, be like, oh, that move seems good. That move, like, does things. What moves you want to learn are based on the fundamentals of the game. So Soulcalibur really advertises itself or praises itself on its 8-way run mechanic. So unlike a normal fighting game where you just go back and forth, up and down while guarding, jumping, this game features like a full 8-way directional movement. So you can go up, like sideways, forward, back, every direction you want. The character will move in that direction. And why that's so important is because vertical attacks are generally stronger than horizontal attacks. Like if I do square square, it's like 27 damage. Triangle triangle is 32. So on average, the vertical attacks are always going to be stronger than horizontal. Like that's just a running attack, 40 damage, 26 damage for the square equivalent. Now the reason why the square attacks are weaker than the horizontal attacks is because they cover an actual range. Since vertical attacks are so much stronger, it's very smart to try and sidestep those attacks to evade them and then counter. And, you know, on the opposite spectrum, you have the horizontal attacks, which cover a that range you'd want to avoid, but do less damage on average. It's going to vary character to character. So the main thing you want to know is, like, if you're fighting an opponent who moves a lot, use a lot of square attacks. If they don't move a lot, use more vertical attacks. Like, that's pretty much the gist of it. And then you have circle, and circle is kicks, and kicks are the most unique thing per character, because a kick, like her normal kick is a horizontal, but it only covers one half of the horizon. It won't like if he moves down, it won't hit him, but if he moves up, it's going to kick him in the face. And then if you do forward kick, it's the opposite, so it'll cover that other distance he could go. Or down kick, you'll hit him low. Jump kick, you hit him high and middle. So many things to learn. So many things to learn, but it's not that complicated. Like, if you just went into a game and you just button mashed, against the AI, you would be fine. Like, if I just went, I'm gonna go square, 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 and run and do this, and look at that, I don't even know what I'm doing and just doing stuff. Like, at base, the game is pretty straightforward. But if you just go into a match with your friends and all you're doing is button mashing, you're gonna get your ass handed to you. And the point of this video, and it may be very elaborative, it's probably gonna take like 30 minutes, is just to try and, for those willing to listen, learn how to not be ass. And the number one step is make a character, go into the mock battle mode, and just go through your moves. Learn what's cool. Like, learn basic setups, learn the bread and butter of your character. Like Mitsurugi, like this character class I'm playing right now, if you go back triangle like I just did, it's a very quick attack. So if like this move's too slow or this move's too slow and you need to stop your opponent mid-attack, you go back triangle and you just boom, stab him. Also, alternatively, back circle triangle is actually a pretty good combo because you hit them low. Let's reset here. You hit them with a double hit that most people don't see coming, and I think it can ring out because of that trajectory. Oh, they changed that move. Okay, that's a good one there. This is back diagonal kick into triangle. It's a little tricky to get, but once you get it, it's like this little, you know, it goes under their guard, and you can follow up with a kick or a slash. It's good damage. 45 damage is good. Because the average life of a player is 200, so if you landed 5 of this little combo, you win. You've done it. If you land 5 of these, you've won the match. Congratulations. And that combos, you can do that. Like, what I did there is down diagonal triangle, which is the most universal lifting move combo tool in the game. As long as you can learn down diagonal, or yeah, diagonal, I can't even talk, sorry. Diagonal B or diagonal triangle, you'll be fine. Because that was like a 3-hit combo with just me mashing triangle. That's that thing we learned earlier. That low hit into the follow-up's good damage. And then it's just playing around, learning what's good. Generally, the strongest attacks are going to be categorized under the dual button attacks. So this is like a combination of hitting square and triangle, or circle and triangle, or sometimes even circle and square. And these can be assigned to any combination. Like if we look on our controls on the left here, we can see that my AB is L1, and that my BK, which is kick and triangle, is on my L2. So both my triggers are quick, easy ways to hit these multi-button combinations. And then R2 is ABK, which is all the attack buttons, and that's to do your super. And then I have R1, which is BG, which is reversal edge in this game. So lots of little options that you can map them to your controller just to help you out. So like if I just hit L1, she's going to do this AB attack. And if I hit AB, she's going to do it the same thing. And generally these attacks are sometimes really slow, but really strong. Like that right there is forward AB, and it's this, if you land it, it's 61 damage. That's 1/4 of their health. Down AB is this little down stab. I think that's a combo tool. Oh, we went into miss stance. I don't know. Probably has an application. I don't know it yet. Jump AB is really good with Mitsurugi. It's like up AB, and it's like my favorite move from the old games because it's a jump, and if your opponent's just running at you with some risky attack, like a running horizontal or something, or they just have a lot of zoning, like they're fighting someone with a spear or whatnot, having a jump attack is amazing, and learning what that is fundamental. Because that move, it's a break attack, which means it has lightning, so it does lots of guard damage. Straight up, it's 59 damage. That, if you land that alone, it's going to be 1/4 their health. And if it's a counter hit, when it usually is, it's going to be like 70 damage. Something like that. And moves like that, you can go like up, down, back and use them. Like you can jump away, you can jump closer. Right there. So you can use them like strategically, just stuff like that. And then BK is this, that's a good move actually. Just tapping, it's this double hit that you could probably follow up. Maybe, it's hard to say. Yeah, right there. That's what we learned. That down back B into it, it's a good combo. It's not like a true combo, but it'll work if your opponent doesn't block low. So back BK is a stance, which puts us into other stances. That's cool. Yeah, for Mitsurugi, it's all just stance stuff. Never do that. That's the thing you're gonna learn. Like, if you want to play Mitsurugi, never just spam like BK and when you're scared, because you're just gonna dance and you're gonna look like ass. Like, you can just look at my commands. If you just keep spamming BK, you just look retarded. You are now ass. But if you learn like what to do out of each stance, like a really fast attack like that, burning, or... But stance characters are kind of hard, to be honest. But that's all it really is you want to go into it and just learn what your moves do. Like, if we look at the dual attack moves just on the move list, like there's the jump, wheel slash, I guess. Ooh, that's cool. Can we do that? Yeah, if you learn that timing, you'll be fine. It says the second the sword hits them, you can hit an additional triangle to add to it. But the spacing's kind of bad. But if you can land extra damage like that, it's beautiful. Because then you can do shit like that. That was 84 damage? Not bad. So that's a critical edge, or I think a critical edge, yeah. And that's when you push A, B, K together. So if you just slammed your thumb on square, triangle, and circle, that's your big super attack. Now that might be hard to hit, especially in the heat of combat. And alternatively, by default, it's mapped to R2. So you can just hit R2, and it'll do it. And then you have back R2, which is transform. And in this mode, your attacks do more damage, and they gain extra properties. And these are more advanced techniques, more situational things. And they're going to be in your gauge attacks. So, like, those are the inputs of how to transform and stuff. Like, if you... Like, that move's pretty cool, I guess. Looks cool. But you can only do it in this mode. Wow. Nirvana cannon looks sick. That's that thing we learned, back, down, back, kick into B. It gets better in this mode. And that's a bread and butter move. So that's something you'd want to know. Oof. So like I said, you've made a character, you've gone into training mode, and just try out every move. Look at all the moves, see what's cool, and try to learn it. Try to perform those actions. If you can just, like, memorize maybe, like I said, 40% of your character, just know what works, what follows up into itself. Learn, like, one good combo, and you're gonna feel like $1,000,000. Like something like that, it's not a true combo, but it works. Like when an opponent falls down, if you pressure them with a down attack, then they're going to be in trouble. And that's a quick down. Like, so much stuff to do. Yeah, right there. Let's say, apart from knowing what your character is going to do, the next best thing is learn to block. Block is X. It is like so fundamental, comes out super quick, and there's two kinds of block. You have X and then crouching X, and that's to block low attacks. That's to block high and medium attacks. And when you're crouching, you're going to dodge any horizontal high attack. Like if he were to swing sideways like that, like how I'm doing to him, I would just go right underneath him. And it's really good. Like as you play, you're going to notice that some characters have combos that are going to go like Siegfried, for example. He has got like a horizontal triangle that's like this low sweep attack or this high attack. If you get the first two blocks on that, you just crouch low and you can punish. And you get to see the nice thighs, so that's always worth blocking low. Just remember, if you love thighs, block low. But the game is really just practice. Like, play a lot of games, practice, play with your friends, try different characters, make custom characters, have fun. That's the number one thing. Like, go make a giant muscular Pikachu, because it exists. Like, go make whatever you want to make. Like, have fun. And if you love your creations, learn how to play them so they don't become ass. What was that? That's cool. So if you run and do triangle, she goes into her stance. You can follow up right away with a good attack. You have to hold it though. That's good actually. Yeah, that's sick. And that's just playing around. How much damage is that? So the first hit's 20. That's about 66 damage. And all that is running up to the enemy, hitting triangle, holding it, and then just square, square. And there's probably more we can do to that. Maybe. Yeah, that's sick. That's a good combo. That's what you want to learn right there. It's really easy. Run up, triangle, square, square, and then triangle. 56 damage. Not counting the first hit, I don't think. Because it's a lift. But you gotta be quick. Not bad. You land that 4 times, you win the match. And then basic bread and butter things is like down diagonal B, whatever. It goes right into your critical edge. You just do it, bam, confirmed. It's a little weaker, but it's guaranteed. And that again is 80 life. That's a lot. I don't think you can do that though. No. Ooh, that's a mix-up. You hit R2 in that stance? Like, even if you like, if you do this to your opponent a lot, they're gonna be like, oh, I know what's coming. You just go, whoop, sorry. And you freak them out. Like, that's all it is just play. Learn mix-ups. What else can I say? Yeah, like, it's just the main thing, make a character, learn that character, practice with that character, just play. Like, after you've learned a bunch, go to your settings and just put them to CPU, like fight against them, and try to learn. You put their level to hard, very hard, whatever you want, standard, hard. Tendency, you can choose, oh, you want to fight someone who blocks a lot, someone who attacks a lot, someone who does a lot of low attacks, someone who does a lot of run attacks. Like, you can change what you want. Like, and the game will actually do a lot for you. So if you want to learn how to fight someone who blocks all the time, your friend's blocking all the time, this will teach you to use a lot of low attacks, a lot of grabs. I didn't even talk about grabs. Grabs are square X, and you just use them. And they go through guards, and they do a lot of damage. Let's see if we can use our attacks on this guy. That's our block there. Look at that. You jump right over it. Bam. Oh shit. And that's how you learn how things are risky. For sure. That's our combo. Oh, that won't work. But... ooh. But just doing simple things like that, like doing a lift into your super, just knowing combos. Like, oh, he's gonna get up, we're gonna hit him low, mess him up. Oof. And if ever you don't know what to do, just guard. It's gonna slow down the combat just a little bit. Oh, guard break? Always go for your special. Don't even fuck with them. They will be a little weaker, but it's a good option. It's guaranteed. What? I was blocking. That's crazy. He doesn't die, so you just get to fight him forever. There it is, 78 damage that move does. It's actually sick. Oof. If ever you have an enemy pressuring you so much and you can't get them away, do your soul charge. It'll actually blow them away quite a distance. There's that thing we learned. Down to back, boom, boom, 63. That you can only do in soul charge, because it stops. Oof. Then you have your reversal edge. If your opponent goes for horizontals, do triangles. If they go for circles, do square. Mix it up a bit. But if you spam reversal edge a lot, you'll get punished. Oof. That's so good to learn. Hey, Athen, how you doing? Alright, so let's get out of there. I think that's the general basics of Soulcalibur, how not to be ass. Number 1, make a character. Number 2, just go into mock battle for half an hour, try out all your combos, fight a couple CPUs, just try to execute what you can. If you're trying to learn a combo, do it, like, do the combo, rehearse it until you can do it 10 times in a row. Because then you're going to have a really good grasp of it. You're going to be like, okay, I know this combo, if I get an opening, I can do it. Like, it's all about just being able to do what options you have that work. You're not going to, like, if your opponent's at a big, like, low, like, big laggy ending attack that they tried to kill you with, and you dodged it or evaded it or whatever, and you've got a couple seconds to hit them, you don't want to just, like, kick them in the head and do 10 damage. You want to go in there and be like, hey, frig you, I'm going to hit you with my 80 damage combo that I learned in training mode. And as long as you know, like, 1 or 2 good combos and a lot of good little attacks, little pokes, little things that catch your opponent off guard, and you just play and build your fundamentals, like, just learn, like, eventually your instincts will just make you guard a lot. Like, you're going to see stuff coming and be like, oh, okay. And especially when you fight your friends with their main characters or their custom characters, you're going to learn the matchups. So my biggest advice is make characters, have fun, just go into it, give them styles, and learn the basic bread and butter of that character, so that when you want to show off your friends, hey, look at this cool axe character I made from this anime, and then you're playing as Astaroth, and you're like, I am slow as shit, I don't know anything, I am complete ass, and you just get your ass handed to you, and you kind of like be like, damn, I didn't get to show off my character, I was ass. Like, you don't want to be ass. That's the main thing of this. You want to have fun, you want to show off your characters, and you want to give your friends a good time. You want to win like 1 or 2 rounds or the whole thing. You want to do it. You want to be there. Like, Aswell's a whole new character in this game, and I learned a bit of him, so I didn't know anything about him. I made a couple Aswell characters, and I'm like, okay, cool, and I'm starting to win with him. I know, like, 2 combos, and just basic stuff, and just fundamentals, and I can do fine. Like, last night, we were in a custom lobby, and a guy came in, and he beat up my friend, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get revenge, and I actually misclicked character creation, and I hit random, and it just gave me Siegfried, and I'm like, oh my god. And I did just use basic fundamentals, and I beat them. I was pretty happy. But Soulcalibur's a really fun game, guys. Like, if you've been enjoying the content in the channel, you've been watching the streams a bit, maybe just listening to them in the background, hearing us laugh and play and talk, and maybe you wanted to, like, try it for yourselves, because 2B is coming for it. She's a confirmed DLC. 2B from Nier Automata. If you guys are ever interested in Soulcalibur, like I said, you know, if you want to play some games with me when I'm streaming or I'm on, sure, send out them messages, send out them invites. I'm sure to set some stuff up. Be fun. But yeah, if ever you're interested, you know, pick up the game, make some characters, try out some classes, find a class. Like, you're going to try out a bunch of classes, and you're going to find one that just really sticks with you. It might not be the best in the game, it might be the worst in the game, but if it works with you and it just is common sense to your muscle memory, like some characters for me, it just makes sense what they do, that I know what they're doing. Like, for me, I've never played Song Mina since, like, Soulcalibur 2, and my main character I use, Aurelia, she has Song Mina's moveset because it's a spear, and I know it like the back of my hand. Like, I know what this move's gonna do, I know what to do in the situation. You get this character that connects with you, and that's different for everyone, and it's just a process of finding that class. And one of the biggest hindrances is if you don't make created characters, and you're the type of person who's like, ooh, Astaroth is icky, ooh, Cervantes is weird, Ivy is way too sexy, I don't want to touch her, I don't want to use her, but you might be missing out on their moveset. Like, I don't like Xianghua as a character, but her moveset is really friggin' dope. She does crazy stuff. And this is the same for Valdo, this is the same for, you know, a vast majority of the cast. You might not know who the Witcher is, you might not know who Geralt is, but his class is available. It's really cool. You get to do magic and sword stuff. It's fantastic. Fantastic stuff. So, I just wanted to make this video, say, you know, go into the game, don't be afraid to buy it, don't be afraid to lose, don't be afraid, just have fun and play. Make characters, go in, do what you gotta do, learn some fundamentals, go through that move list, learn some combos, try to like take it upon yourself and, you know, make it fun. Like if you go into Soulcalibur and you just don't know what to do and you bought it because some guy streamed it and you're like, okay, I'm gonna be Mitsurugi because he's cool, but you don't know anything about his stances, the moves you do just don't work, don't get discouraged. Just like play around. Like I was shit with Grow the other day. Like when the game first came out, like I tried Grow, I know like I did like square, 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 and triangle, 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 and back triangle. That's all I knew. And he had some cool stance moves that I didn't know how to use. I made a character with Grow. I made my Lucifer character from Onigiri, gave her Grow's moveset, and I practiced with Grow for like an hour. And I learned a combo that did 108 damage. Like let me pull her up for just a quick sec. Like I didn't know anything about Grow. Grow was a completely new character to this game, to Soulcalibur. He's never been in anything before. I played him for 10 minutes in the beta. Hey Mo, how you doing? And like in the span of an hour, just playing around, learning the moves that worked, and just finding out what the hell does this character do, I actually learned a combo that does half of my opponent's health. And last night I used it on my buddy, half his health was gone. Let's see if I memorized it enough. Right there, 108 damage, 4 buttons, and that's all you need to know, because if I land that twice, I win. Like, it's just playing around. Like, and all that is forward BK, L1, up BK, and down diagonal triangle, or down triangle, whatever. Like, it's what's on the screen there. It's nothing too fancy. And the game connects it all. It says 5 hits, true combo. And yeah, Sky, or Silver, I called you Sky, but Silver, yeah, that can happen. You join someone's game, you win a lot, they'll kick you out. It happened to us once. One guy came in, he beat us all. My buddy said, fuck this guy, get out of here. He didn't have a custom character. If people come in and they beat your ass, but they're coming in with like Spider-Man and the Rhino and Hulk and just crazy ass things. Like we had a guy come in as the Chad meme as Voldo, and he was thrusting all of us, and he was winning. We didn't care. It was a good time. Like, that's the best way to play Soulcalibur. But if you just came in as like a random, didn't even make a character, it's kind of annoying. Because like, oh, this guy's just a tryhard. Get out of here. We're trying to have fun. But absolutely, it happens too. But you won those 5 games. That's right. You won 5 times and lost 6 times, and they kick you out. Cool. But yeah, like, just learn stuff. That's a mix-up. It's good, because they think it's coming, so you just do that. I've got my friend with it a couple times. 108 damage. That was the product of like 100 minutes of just playing as Girl. And just learning. Like that thing we did with Mitsurugi, it was like 80 some damage. It was good. It was good stuff. It was a good combo. It was a very easy combo too. But that's all it is. You just go in, take a character, go play with them for half an hour, learn what works, learn little bread and butter stuff, and you're going to have a character. You're going to be able to join your friend's game, and you're going to be able to do your best, win a couple rounds, have a couple laughs, and just keep the fun going. And then the more characters you make, the more you do this, you're going to have like at least 10 characters. That's 10 different characters to play and to spice things up. Like this game's way too early for 2 people to just be maining one character and just having like Nightmare versus Siegfried for like a whole night. I mean, you can do that. That's great, but it kind of gets a little boring. But yeah, guys, number one thing, just don't be afraid to get Soulcalibur, and don't be afraid of your ass, because if you like the game, you put the money into it, you buy it, you put the time into it, you're gonna get a lot out of this game, because there's DLC coming, lots of new creational items being put in to make characters a lot better looking, things that are just gonna help everything. The game just started, it's gonna have a long lifespan, and it's a hell of a good time. So I apologize for the laissez-faire kind of approach to this video. It was a stream. I wanted it to be a little more concrete, but I feel like, you know, if you just do what I did, you know, in the game, just pick a character, go into training mode, mock battle, make a character, do what's fun, and learn what's good. You'll have a good time. You'll just do a lot better because no one likes to lose, and, you know, the more you win, the closer you get, the more you try. The game is not free, Mo. It's not. The game is a full-price game. It just came out last week, 2 weeks ago. It's a full-price game, so I think it'll probably go on sale near Black Friday. They'll probably have it on sale somewhere, Namco Bandai sale. And that's the thing. Even if you can't afford the game right now, since it's a Namco Bandai game, on PlayStation they have Namco Bandai sales like, I want to say like 4 to 5 times of the year. Like every couple months is a big Namco Bandai sale, and a lot of games go half price. And I'm pretty sure this game will probably go on sale in 2019 at a low price like that. Near Black Friday, it'll probably be like 25% off, 30% off. You never know, especially how crazy some stores just want to get rid of their stock. So, you know, keep your eyes out on flyers, deals, PlayStation Store, Xbox Store, anything you guys really have. If you're interested in the game, that is, yeah. Definitely worth buying it. I've had a lot of fun with it. It is a bit pricey. In Canada especially, games are $80. But I've been up till about 4, 6 in the morning playing with my friends, and it's just a really good time. You just get a couple friends in a party, join a voice chat, and just go in, have fun, hit random, don't be afraid to lose, try stuff, be weird, and just have a good time. And when you're having fun like that, the craziest of matchups happen, the craziest of tense moments. And when you both have 1 health and then someone kicks you out in the shin and one guy goes fuck and the other guy goes woohoo, it's the best. It's the best. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Just want to make a little video. Encourage you guys to play. Don't be afraid to be ass, and don't be ass, actually. Don't be afraid to lose, and don't be ass. So be on the lookout for more streams of the game, and hopefully if you guys give it a shot, we might meet on the field of battle.